Here we've got the largest team of meteorologists in-house, and we're trying to have a little fun with it, but at the same time, you know, now's the time where we kind of have to be serious. We can have fun once it's hitting the ground and everybody's at home, because if you're not at home yet, that's when I start to get worried. Remember 2 days ago?
Oh, that
Two
was
nights ago, we had less than an inch of snow. Everyone was on the roads at the same time, making that mad dash, and that's all it took to cause all kinds of problems. So I hope you're mad dashing as we speak.
All right, so what, people have, what, about 45 minutes, an hour?
I would stay home now.
Okay.
Stay home right now. This is live Stormwatch 7 Doppler radar, and there you can see the snow. Now, everything that you see here is not hitting the ground, but we have ground truth now into southern parts of Fauquier County. We've had reports of a few flurries in Fredericksburg. Madison County, we got you, also into Orange County, and I'm hearing reports of a few flurries also into Winchester. So what's coming down right now is very light flurries, but the more intense snow is just a couple of miles away, and you can see this on the broader view with these darker bands into central Virginia, and this is going to start moving into southern Maryland as well. You folks are getting in on the action. So once the snow starts falling, conditions are going to deteriorate fairly quickly. How quickly? Well, I want to show you our futurecast snowfall totals, and the main thing I want you to keep in mind is what's going to happen during these time periods. So between now and about midnight, we've got a good chance of getting 6, 7, 8 inches of snow already. This is before you go to bed tonight. By the time you wake up tomorrow morning, plan on at least a foot of snow in Washington, D.C. Areas to the west are likely going to be seeing some higher numbers. We could already have 20 inches of snow on the ground by then. So you want to try and keep up with this storm, because if you have to shovel and try and get out, I think you're going to want to try and do it in increments, because the snow, when we're talking 2 feet potentially, it's dangerous to try and lift that. You can get injured pretty easily. And if we start getting some of these 3 feet totals, and that's a possibility, we need to be concerned about your rooftops, and you're going to have to get the rakes or the big sweep brooms out there to start to shovel some of that off if that's becomes something that you're concerned about, but don't ever get on top of your roof. So these are our final forecast totals, and notice that on average we're talking about a foot across the region. I think just along and west of I-95 is where we're likely going to be seeing some of those 2 feet, maybe 3 feet numbers. Closer to the 20-ish inch around downtown, and then areas to the south and east, those numbers are a little bit lower because there will likely be a little bit of sleet and maybe a little rain mixing in. This is a storm not to focus so much on the numbers, and I know it gets so exciting because you're like, oh my gosh, we're getting 2 feet of snow, and the kids are probably rejoicing because they're out of school today. But this is a high impact storm, and those are the things that we need to focus on. We just heard about Amtrak, we just heard about the airports. It's going to be impossible travel, especially after dark tonight, continuing all day long on Saturday because of the strong winds. That's going to create some power outages, and school closings are going to be likely into next week. So our blizzard warning goes into effect at 3 o'clock, and we're going to watch things continue to go downhill at that time. And we've got also a new warning that was just issued by the National Weather Service, and Eileen's got more details on those winds and how they're going to be impacting us.
Oh yeah, well, we just got information, new information coming in from the National Weather Service about a high wind warning. Real quickly though, our WeatherBug network in Rockville, we're still quiet, but man is it cold, 24 degrees, and with the breeze it feels like 16. So once the snow starts falling, it's going to stick. But here are the latest warnings just coming in. These are high wind warnings that will go into effect at 1 o'clock Saturday morning and will last through 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon. So for all of you along the coast of the Chesapeake Bay, in Anne Arundel, Calvert, and St. Mary's counties, winds will gust upwards of 50 miles an hour. Even here in the DC metro, we will still have these gusts to 40 miles an hour at 11:30 tonight with that heavy snow. That's why we have the blizzard conditions that are expected with the whiteout conditions as well. Another thing with heavy snow and these strong winds, power outages. Look at this power outage potential by early tomorrow morning, especially if you live along the coast. That is where we'll probably have the highest power outages come early tomorrow morning. And then by Sunday morning, again, I wouldn't even be surprised if a lot of us here in the immediate metro started to see those power outages. So what happens if you lose power and you can't watch us here on ABC 7 and News Channel 8? Have no fear, because we are on all social media platforms. You can connect with us online at WJL.